Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Let's Stand Gamers, and welcome. So today we're in the world of Empyrion Galactic Survival, and I'm lucky enough to get pre-alpha access to this, so I thought I'd take a little bit of a look around and show you guys some of the features, as well as some of the different planets and block placement and so on. Now, the first thing you're probably thinking is, this is very similar to Space Engineers, and it is, but this sort of game generates a lot of competition, and competition between developers usually builds much more sturdy games as well. So this is a really cool factor, and another really nice step in this sort of survival space building sort of series of game, you could even say. So we'll head to the back of the ship. We're actually in a much larger sort of spaceship at the moment, and I'll head to this cockpit and just show you how it works. So I press T on the cockpit and I can go into third person here, and we've got weapons, we've got different sorts of controls. I can also drive this back and forth. We'll drive it over to that little outpost I can actually see over there to start with, the much larger ship. We've got two smaller ships in the hangars on the side. I'll show you them in a second. And we need to slow down. We're not stopping. What's going on? Maybe it's me. There we go. I think we managed to stop. We didn't have enough thrusters on the front. A typical sort of error, and we crashed into the other station without causing too much damage, luckily. But let's head down to the hangar bay, and we'll see exactly what's out there on the other ship. So we can drop down these sort of elevator sort of shafts, and we hover into this area where we have the hangars. Now we're in the actual hangar bay itself. You can see the small ships, so you can build both small and large ships, as well as a variety of different stations of the components. We can have a look at some of the weapons. So we've got a weapons tab in the creative menu, and there's just so many cool sort of weapons. You've got assault rifles, plasma, laser, pulse rifles. Let's add one to the menu, and let's add a pulse rifle as well. So if we go 3, I'm sure a lot of this content is also sort of placeholder because we're in very early stage. But it does sound really cool, and combat in this game sounds like it could be an absolute blast. Yeah, oh, it's going to be cool. Anyway, let's hop into this cockpit and fly over to that other sort of ship. I'm going to make sure it's powered up. There we go. Make sure we've disengaged any sort of landing gears. And there we go. A little pulse of space bar, and we can head over. So there's a landing pad, it seems, here. The ship is very nippy, very hard to control. It's a bit too fast, actually, for me. And there we go. We'll land it there. We'll hop out. We'll see exactly what's inside this station, and it doesn't seem to be any gravity aboard here, so we'll have to be a little bit careful. So we'll open up this door with T, and in here, so can we access the power in this place with Y? It seems that we can. So it looks like we're in a much larger sort of space station. We've got some interior sort of wallpaper design. What's in this room here? Oh, it looks like a little bedroom TV. Really cool indeed, and the gravity from my ship is tilting me sideways. We've got some turrets by the look of it as well that we can control. Oh, pretty cool indeed. And everything's very nicely detailed. Let's have a look at this other side of the station. It looks like we've got some sort of growing room, because food and oxygen as well as water is a large part of this game from what I've been reading. And we can pick the different sort of plants. We can also plant them in these sort of growing areas. I don't know if the light has too much effect on it, but it certainly looks really cool. So let's move on to the next part of this video, and we're going to start exploring some of the planets. We've got a few to choose from. We've got the sort of earthy, deserty planet. We also have a lava-filled planet. Let me see if I can find it through the window. There it is. The lava-filled planet is over there, so we can head there as well. And there's also an ice planet that I don't think I'm going to be able to see through this particular side of this ship. But let's head back to the platform. So we've got ourselves back in our nippy little ship, and we're going to head down to the lava planet that is up there. So this thing is extremely fast, and it's quite hard to control. Let me just see. Maybe my controls are inverted. I think my controls might be inverted. That's the problem. There we go. We'll fly down to this planet. This thing is extremely fast. We've got power usage 33%. We've not got a moving display at the bottom, but that could be something that could be addressed in the future as well. But the ship itself is absolutely beautiful. We've got a little bit of thrusters. We've got the round sort of blocks, the sun, and we'll see how it transitions from the planet. Emergency brake due to low fuel. My engine's just cut out. Am I stranded here? Okay, we're fine. We're fine. My generator seemed to have turned off because of low fuel. We'll be fine. We'll have enough fuel to make it back in and out of the planet. Well, I hope anyway. But we can see that the planet's approaching. How will it transition? I reckon it's getting a lot bigger very fast. And here we go. We've got some sort of a cloud sort of coming up. Maybe we'll pass through the clouds and it'll drop us in. There we go. We're going through the clouds, and it looks like we've got some sort of atmosphere braking effect. And there we go. It transitions us down to planets. So very interesting indeed. Now let's see if there's anything down here. We've got some sort of outpost over there by the look of it. We've also got a lot of lava, and I can feel the gravity actually acting on the ship a little bit. We'll turn our engines off and see what happens. Oh yeah, we're starting to drop like a rock. We'll probably need to land on the platform there. We'll have a quick look around this station. We'll land at the bottom so we can have a look. So we've got the lava. If Aaron can actually land this thing without losing control completely. There we go, we're coming in a bit fast. Oh, engine's cut out! Engine's cut out! Oh no! Oh, I've just landed in the lava. How can we get out of here? T, jet back out. Quick before I burn to death. You are burning. Get out of the lava. Oh, it's got a temperature degree thing on the right as well. 53 degrees. So maybe that could play some sort of factor in. So I'll jet back out. I am in creative, so that's why I'm not dying from falling in lava. And we'll head over to the actual planetary outpost itself. You've got these little planets growing out here that you can probably harvest. Not too bad for that ship. We probably should have had a little bit more fuel before we left the station. We'll head up top and see if there's another sort of ship in this outpost. So we'll fly up here. Using these blocks as some sort of elevator system, it seems like they have in a lot of different buildings. And it seems very useful. It's quite an efficient way. I like ladders or more manual ways that can be explained, but still very cool. And if we head up into this section, we've got a window, and what's out here? We have a ship on a landing pad. Can we go to the very top? Maybe we can. We'll see what's in this room. This sounds like some sort of generator room or elsewhere. So it looks like we've got some oxygen. Medical station, that is. What's this? Some sort of science lab, so maybe you can conduct experiments. I'm not too sure. We'll have to have a much better look into this game in the future, but for the moment we're just having a bit of explore to see what's going on. And this one takes us up into the final large room where we can actually have a look around the whole sort of lava field. Very cool indeed. Let's hit up another one of the planets, shall we? We'll grab one of these ships that I saw down at one of these lower levels. I think it was down this one. And it was somewhere on the left, I believe. Maybe I could be wrong here. It might just be going on forever. There we go. This is the ship. And we'll hop aboard this guy. T, if we can. T, there we go. And we can power this up and we'll leave this planet's surface. If Aaron doesn't collide with something first. Oh my god, everything's going wild. Right, there we go. We'll head up out the atmosphere. Now, as we're actually travelling up, I want you to pay attention to the BS Blizzard sort of counter on the right. That's giving us the power usage, the power left, 2.2 minutes of flight. And notice how it changes, and it also gives us the distance to the actual orbit, so you can see we're closing on actually leaving the orbit of this planet, and it's quickly transitioned out. Not too much sparking or anything this time. And it transitions from this blue sort of sky back into the blackness of the asteroid field, and then it reverses the distance to the orbit. You can see we've just left there. Where should we head next? We need to find the other planets first. So it looks like we've got a snowy, wintry planet in that direction, but we've also got the asteroid and a moon sort of planet over there as well. Let's hit the snowy planet, and then we'll head over to the sort of deserty one over there. We'll see how the snowy one tends to react. I guess the temperature and the sort of things you're going to need on different sorts of planets is going to be very different as well. So surviving on a snowy planet won't be the same as surviving on like a lava planet, so it require a different sort of playstyle. I like that idea. It seems like a pretty cool sort of concept that they've got here. So we're approaching the orbit. We're still very far away from the actual orbit itself. As we get closer to the planet, it seems to get bigger, and it also seems to be turning as well, so that's pretty cool, very noticeable. And it looks like it's got some watery, icy specks in this area, and we're approaching the atmosphere, so I guess we'll blast through again if this planet has an atmosphere. And I think this cloud maybe sort of symbolizes its atmosphere. Yeah, we're breaking through. Very hot, very resistant, and here we are. We seem to have landed somewhere. Some ice fields that way. Is there any sort of outpost on this place? Let's have a quick look around. I'm not sure if there'll be an outpost on this sort of icy field, but we can have a look around. Nothing. Maybe there's something back there we can have a look at. No, it doesn't seem to be much on this planet. It's sort of resembling sort of any civilization of any time. There's a green sort of misty bar here. Maybe that symbolises different parts of the planet itself. Okay, now we're in this cluster. We'll go a little bit down to the ground and we'll have a look at the detail of the place here. So it seems to be water in these little pits. There's a lot of life seems to be growing, discovering new resource. Is there a map? There we go. M. So there is a station. What's that? Or is that a rock? No, that's a resource. And we can actually rotate this planet around, so we could possibly see where there is a station, if there is a station on this planet. I don't think there will be, actually. Oh, what's this? There's something here on the dark side. So we need to plot a course if possible over there. We'll just drive this way, and we'll hopefully bump into it if we're lucky. I'll keep checking the map. Maybe I can check the map as I fly. Yes, I can. Oh no, we come to a stop. Right, continue on. We'll go and have a look for the outpost. Well, it seems like the power of these ships runs out quite fast, or maybe I should have packed a little bit more fuel for these trips. Well, I have travelled between 2 planets, and it seems that I've run out of fuel. I'm in the dark. Using the map, I'm actually quite far away from the outpost. The outpost is all the way over there, so it's quite a bit of a walk, and I think I'll probably run out of health or die. But I am in creative, so I should be able to make it there without too much of a problem. Anyway, I'm going to try to jet back over there from my crash site. That's all the way over here. So we've actually arrived at the station now on this planet. We've done quite a bit of travelling. We've headed all the way from the crash site, someone over there. It took me a while to jet back over. And we've got our little ship marker and a station marker, and this is what I came across. So we've got another ship to get us to our next location. Probably going to pack a little bit more fuel this time. And we've also got this sort of station as well. It's like got a control tower up there with the bedroom and stuff. I'll show you that in a second. And it's also got these turrets. Let's have a go with one of these turrets to see what they're like. So we can press a T. Looks like we can aim them. Oh, pretty cool. We can fire them and the barrel sort of rotates. And the bullet seems to drop after a while. Just a cool sort of base defense idea. Maybe if a player is attacking you or something. Let's hop down, disable our jetpack, and we'll float through the base itself. So in this first room, what we got some fuel tanks, small fuel tank. What's inside them? Nothing at the moment, since we're in creative. We've got a generator, and we've also got a constructor. Is that a constructor? So I guess that works a bit like an assembler. And we'll head through here, and we'll try to get up to the upper tower area. We've got two of these. Is that a medical station, it says? It is. And we'll hover up through one of these sort of elevator shafts to the next room. So we've got this room here. That's got like a shower by the look of it. It's got a kitchen. It's got a bed and a telly. So all the home comforts you need, and a sort of Mac-looking computer. Very cool. It's very sort of atmospheric. I love the ideas. You can just sit up here and look at the planet around you as you move. Anyway, we'll head back down and we'll make our way to the final planet. So we're taking off in the ship that we just found. This one seems to have a lot of weapons on, so I thought I'd show you them before we actually leave the atmosphere. Got some lasers. We've got some massive cannon with a lot of recoil. We'll try firing that again more statically. There we go. You can see they've got the similar sort of cannons that are on the base. And we've got some more lasers, some more big cannons. But let's get out of here anyway. Let's head up top, out the atmosphere if we can, and power that thing up. And here we go. So we've just left the snowy sort of planet down there. The asteroid, or the outpost, is somewhere down in that asteroidy sort of cluster of lakes and ponds down there. And we're heading over to the final planet. Now, when I arrive at this planet, I want to see what it'll be like to transition through the two areas. You can see the dark and light by flying over them. We've got 5.4 minutes of fuel. Well, that's what it says. So we should be able to last that, as well as land on the planet station, wherever it may be stationed in this planet. So we'll just have to see exactly what happens. They seem to be in the plains of an area. Oh, there we go. It's lit up a little bit better. We'll come down in the dark area, and then we'll try to fly over to the much lighter area on the left. So we'll see if this works. It looks like we're probably going to get another sort of asteroid braking effect. There we go. The planet's getting much bigger. Where's the atmosphere coming up from this time? There we go. There's the atmosphere. We should start breaking through very shortly. There we go, into probably about 3, 2, 1. There's the atmosphere. You can see it's just like a lane of clouds. Oh, look at that effect. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Wow, like a burning sort of mess coming down into the planet. And there we go. Right, we're actually in the planet itself, so let's have a look for the outpost on the map. Okay, rock. Oh, it looks like we're quite close. So it's only just over in this area. Now, it looks like we're in the lighter side of this planet, so we might not be able to get to test it out. We'll have a go. There we go. There's the outpost. You can see it on the horizon. Well, not on the horizon, but down by that little lake down there. We'll switch to first person, and we'll try to land there and have a look around. So we've actually arrived back at the base, and I've had time to jump into one of these little land speeder type vehicles. These are one of the ground vessels that are available to you. I'll land this here quickly, so if you press Y, we'll just shut the engines off, and we'll hop out of the cockpit. Oh, we've got to stop moving before we can hop out. And as you can see here, I'm going to show you the different sort of things we can construct. So we can construct a base, we can build ourselves a ground vessel, we can also build ourselves a small ship so we can get in and out of the atmosphere, as well as flying this on a planet by the look of it. And I guess this is the icon for the large ship. We've also got this really cool debug monitor that allows you to change the globe time, and you can see in the background the planets actually going past in the background, as well as the time cycling by. Just looks so cool. I know I get excited by the simple things in games, but still it's an awesome little feature. We'll have a quick look around this base as well, put that back up to daytime, and we'll have a quick hover over to the main entrance. So it seems like it's based in water. I don't know the exact reason. I'm guessing because the oxygen generator in this game uses water, or can use water to produce oxygen for the player to breathe. But I don't know. That's just something I quickly read on some side comment or side video. But as we come into here, is the power on? Okay, no, the power is not on. Or maybe we're having some problems aboard this little station. There we go. We'll hover back up to the higher area, and I believe in the higher area is where you've got like a little bit of a bed, you've got a shower, just a really cool area where you can observe and sort of live in. A lovely little station, and it seems like it's going to be quite an interesting game, this. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to see a little bit more of this, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time.